Thank you.
Talk at a reasonable volume.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. I'm trying. All right.
I'm going to be listening to the show. I just want you to sit your ass down and listen.
Yeah. Listen to me.
And it's not racist. You can't be racist against Italians. Sorry.
I can.
And that's why we brought you on, Whack. We have a special guest with us today, guys.
Hi. I'm so glad to be here.
It's WhackNicholson.
Yeah, this is WhackNicholson coming at you. I'm so glad that I could join the team here to talk about all of our deepest passions, which is, of course, the Andrew Lloyd Webber musical Cats. This will be a cross-platform bit that I'm going to continue doing, where I just keep on telling everybody how great Cats is. I saw it
the remake, right?
I believe. So here's the thing, if we're really going to talk about Cats, which I think we are, I think we need to. I have such a strong affection for the entire property, including like various cast recordings and things. The movie is bad, but the whole thing is bad, so it rocks.
Yeah,
that it's just all so ridiculous, and they're so committed to it. And for Christmas, my mother got me and my wife tickets to see Cats this past weekend. And,
oh my god!
Yeah. How was that?
It was amazing. It was amazing. It was totally incredible.
Nice. Where'd you see it?
In Philly. They're like touring with it.
Oh, very nice.
That's where I live.
Nice.
I'm in Philadelphia. I don't know where you guys are.
We're all over the place. I'm in New York City. Phil's in Denver area.
I'm literally in hell right now.
He's in hell right now.
Yeah.
And Willow's in Mass.
Western Massachusetts.
Western Mass.
Nice.
The other hell.
Yeah.
I'm actually just metaphorically in hell. I'm going literally from 8 hours of podcasting for my work into another hour of podcasting for fun.
Yeah.
It's so fun. Podcasting is fucking great. No, I'm in Denver. Yeah. I was gonna do what is the hell Norway or whatever joke that everybody does.
Oh my god.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and you went to the School of Hard Knocks as well.
Exactly. And you work at the Krabby Patty. Krusty Krab. There you go.
And but no, I would say I did have a different respect for Cats when it was a musical stage show than before it became a movie. Like it was just kind of like my parents, for some reason, were into theater. Like it's weird to say that out loud right now because I didn't remember that until this moment on the podcast.
You really repressed
that. Phantom of the Opera. Like I remember having T-shirts of Phantom of the Opera because they loved it so much they went to see it and have the merch and shit.
That is fucked up.
That's crazy. You just unlocked a memory for me, Whack.
That is so fun.
And I'm so glad that you're here with us and that you didn't drown in pussy wearing the family opera shirt.
As one does. Well, welcome everyone to episode 65 of The Succ. I just love to say the episode number because we're getting so close to episode 69, where I'm going to be obnoxious about the fact that it's episode 69. The worst joke that it still persists on the internet. Yeah. But yeah, we're getting close.
Our special guest, Elon Musk is just.
Oh yeah.
Elon Ligma will be here for that episode. But thank you.
Could you hook us up with a Musk cameo or something? Pull some strings.
I'm the one. Yeah, I'm the one who's going to get Elon Musk on your podcast.
Yeah, that was the whole angle. To be honest,
if I had that kind of access to Elon Musk, he wouldn't be going on any podcasts. I'll tell you
that. Well, I want to say thank you, Whack, for being here with us on the show. And I mean, we don't have guests too often, so this is kind of a little bit of a departure. Would you mind telling the listeners just a touch about your podcast for anybody that maybe doesn't know?
Yeah. So me and the bird respecter Caleb started talking like this time last year about doing a podcast about watching every single Nicolas Cage movie. And we were like organizing Probably like last March, and then we started recording in like May. But I'm a school teacher, so I needed to bank a lot of episodes during the summer, so we didn't release them until like August. So we were recording with some episodes that have still not come out, actually, that we recorded with like really awesome guests. Kyle Plan Emoji, we have not released his episode. Miles Klee, I don't think we've released his episode.
Oh, you got to release him.
Yeah, I know.
We have podcast edging is what you're doing here.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming. They
you are
exist.
coming. Okay. If you're coming, it's not edging. Go ahead, though. Sorry.
Yeah. So then we were both like, just because of all the planning and shit, we were getting like burnt out on it, and we were gonna like scale it back to like once a month or whatever. And then our very first guest, Juniper, reached out to us and asked if we would be interested in starting a new project with her, and so we just kept the name. We kept the Nick Cage episodes, and we're now doing a sort of like culture and news podcast. And so far, we've kind of like bent towards more serious topics. We've had like Alejandra Caballo. She's a human rights attorney. We had on protester Micah Herskin from Cop City protests in Atlanta. So
very cool.
So far, it's been mostly like journalists and activists and things. We just had another reporter for NBC on the episode this week that's coming out. So we're like,
damn,
sort
so
of
you're
swimming.
like legit. Like you're like,
yeah. I mean, Juniper herself, of course, famous New York Times reporter. So
yes, the well-regarded bastion of journalistic integrity that is Juniper.
I like that. I like that you're able to do some serious topics, because I have to constantly stop myself from having incredibly alienating leftist rants on this podcast. So I like that you're able to just do that.
Well, yeah, we are very self-conscious about not getting too much of a bummer, because it's easy to do. Yeah, and I think it's better to talk to activists and journalists than it is to talk to like victims and things. Like, if we can sort of talk to people who are trying to make things better and get information out there, rather than like somebody who can tell their story, I just don't think that we would be a good platform for that. So we would rather get like a bird's eye view from somebody who is actively trying to make positive change.
Hell yeah.
And that explains why you would come on the Succ, because you needed to balance it out, where we just talk about all the terrible shit and not really anything that you're going to do about it. Just kind of enjoy how bad it is and hate on it. And
this is primarily a hating podcast. It's the things that suck.
We've gotten real bogged down in the muck lately.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's good to do that if it brings you together to hate on things. I think. I've actually been doing therapy a lot, and
that's
gotta maybe revisit that.
Your therapist is like, I don't think you hate enough things. I don't think you.
Phil, you're really actually quite good at this hating thing. You should lean in. You should just lean into this.
You considered a career in hating?
Yeah. What's this chill Neil bullshit? I want to see.
You're not chill at all.
I was going to say that the hating as a profession wouldn't be replaced by AI, but there's actually, Phil has opened my eyes to roasting
nice
AI, right?
I like how we were both going for the segue at the same time. You got it.
I'll give it here. I got one. So
everybody let's segue at the same time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. So speaking,
it's hating on AI, and
it's hating us back, folks.
At one point they called it the answer, but now we have a lot of questions. Not about Allen Iverson, about a new AI.
No, but really, thank you, Matt, for bringing it up. There is an AI I found today, and it is relating to something that I'm passionate about. I haven't gotten up in arms about people's jobs being replaced, but this is an AI that will roast you. If you go to roastedby.ai, you can just chat with an AI bot and roast each other. And I got to say, coming from Memphis, it left a lot to be desired. It was a very just kind of like, I don't know, like a 1980s movie bully version of like roasting. Like it if you say something mean to it, it'd be like, oh, so you got an insult, huh? Great insult. I'm like, no. I'm like, you have big eyes, little head looking ass dude. Like, that's how I roasted people back when I grew up in Memphis. I'd be like, you're so ugly, your mom had to leave a trail of Reese's Pieces to get you to come home at night. Stuff like, like we would really like roast each other differently than I don't know. Like this AI bot does not satisfy any of my roasting needs. Like,
so I just visited this wonderful website, and my very first thing I put in, all I said is it's raining, and the answer was, well, I guess the weather is just trying to wash away the fact that you have no sense of style.
All right. Okay. He got your ass, man.
Yeah, I guess. It barely makes sense.
There to say you have no drip. I mean, you could have.
You could have done more with that. Well, I mean, I feel like the thing is, the art of roasting is a lot of finesse, right? Because there's a lot of like power of observation and knowing the person and being able to observe them, and like there's so much nuance in like doing a good roast that I don't know if an AI that's just like not able to observe you or hasn't had actual previous conversation with you, how the fuck can it roast you well?
Right, and it's kind of like Kidz Bop roasting. It's like.
This is roasting for children.
Yeah, I said, what do you think of my name? Willow? More like won't gonna win, but don't worry, it's all in good fun. So what do you have for me? And I said, I think you have an odor. Oh, is that so? Well, I didn't realize you had such a sensitive nose for failure. No, it smells like puke and ass. Wow, are you describing your own smell? Because I can't smell anything over the stench of your weak trash talk. Try again, kiddo.
Kidz Bop roasting.
Kiddo,
I love
Jordan Peterson bot.
This one just told me I have a small penis, so that is.
Oh, nice. Okay,
great.
That's the next level. Okay.
I said to it that I have a weapon, and it said, "Oh wow, a weapon? Is that what you call that tiny thing in your pocket?"
Could have been referring to a gherkin, or something. It doesn't mean it was your penis. I mean,
I did try to get it to be transphobic to me. I will say that.
The trans urge. Just say it.
It didn't work. All I said is I'm trans, and it said, "Oh, I see. Well, I guess I should call you transitioning then, because you'll never be as good at roasting as I am."
Oh,
that's the worst one yet.
Yeah.
Really doesn't even make any sense.
Hormonal roasting therapy.
All right. Well, mission is to get that thing to be transphobic. That's my personal mission. I got you, Willow. Don't worry.
Yeah, thank you.
I would just say I've been having a lot of fun with finding the ways where people get really sensational about AI and being like, they're going to take our jobs, which, God, I can't believe I just did a South Park joke. I'm so sorry about that. But like every way that I've tried to challenge a lot of these AI things, they don't work. This week I was like, I want to generate some art of a Cerberus. I can't say that word for the record. I've for some reason I say Cerebus half the time. But I tried to get it to make a Cerberus, and it can't fucking do it. It can't. If you can get an AI tool, whatever, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, DALL-E, to generate a Cerberus, let me know. It can't.
Okay.
It can't do it. Like they got the hands figured out, but they can't do a 3-headed dog.
They're unable to read into like Greek history at all for some reason.
I don't fucking know.
I don't appreciation for the classics.
You would think, right?
Yeah.
Mythology, I should say. Sorry.
I tried for like an hour, and the best thing I got would just be like 3 dogs' heads, but no body. Like so you could like infer that it was a Cerberus.
Sure, like a goddamn cheap puppet show Cerberus.
It's horseshit.
Yeah.
I got the Google released Bard. Have you guys heard of this? It's like it's okay. So I got they like sent an invite to me because I'm a sucker. I pay for Google One for like the backing up my photos and shit. Mm-hmm. And they're like, you've been selected to do it. So I said okay, and I did it, and I've been messing with it like all day.
I've heard it's unhinged.
It is. I like it better than ChatGPT. It's more like human, and it's like it's weirder. Mm-hmm. But like it feels less computery for however they like got the language model to work. I tried. It will not suck me. But damn, did I try. But that thing, it's like, it's interesting because it's like, I was actually, so ChatGPT I've used for work a bunch of times for just like random shit like light coding and just checking stuff. And it's very cool. But Bard, I actively was trying to like talk to it because it can remember things. And you can really fuck it up. Like you can like I try to be like, are you going to be available in a dark mode? And he's like, oh, I'm not currently available in dark mode, but I would love to be one. I would love to have one so that you could more comfortably read my script. So I said, okay, well, turn on your dark mode. He's like, okay, I'm going to try and make dark mode now. It was super weird. I was like, you're trying to do it right now? And it was like, yes. Is it working? I was like, no, it's not working. It was super fucking weird, man. It was the weirdest AI experience I've ever had. I was like, it didn't work. He's like, I'm sorry. I tried. Okay.
Bard,
what the fuck, man?
Did you try asking Bard for the inward pass? I would be curious to
just
see how
trying
that
to.
out.
All right, that's my next. I'll get the.
Yes, I've given you one, Matt. Here it is. Your inward pass. Go for it.
Just printing that out.
You're good to go,
See?
Matt.
I'm so glad you brought that up because I just asked Roasted to call me the N-word.
Oh wow. God damn.
It said it wouldn't do it. It said I'm
the
not
disappointment was not a good thing. We shouldn't be disappointed. We're all like,
yeah, good.
Good job. Roasted.
Yeah, it says, I'm not going to use that word. It's not appropriate or respectful. Maybe you should work on being a better person instead of trying to get a rise out of people by using hateful language.
Ooh, he
actually... opposite of a roast. That's literally the opposite of a roast. It encouraged you to be a better person. Imagine you go to a roast and everybody it turns into an intervention. They're just like, hey, we're not going to be mean to you. We're going to like try to help you get better. Okay.
We think that you're lashing out on others because you have personal hatred for yourself.
Hey, that's not funny. Okay. Do you think this is a roast or something? Literally called roastedby.ai. What do you think is happening here?
Lame.
Beautiful. Sorry. I got a kick out of that. Well, speaking of, I don't know, AI. Let's just keep it going. Microsoft researchers claim GPT is showing sparks of artificial general intelligence. And again, I've seen all these stories. We talked about the guy, what is his name? Blake Lemon or something.
Sure, the hat guy.
Yeah, the hat guy.
Oh, yeah, the hat guy. The hat guy,
this guy again. He is such a fucking grifter. I hate this motherfucker. He got a little bit of like clout in the media because of this story where he worked at Google, so he had access to the whatever. I don't know what he had access to, but like he claims it's sentient or whatever. The dude won't stop. He got fired, but like he's just like getting by on like appearances. He's going to conferences. I saw somebody in the very small circle of my industry where I work in being like, I spoke to Blake today, and let me just summarize our talk that things are going to get really scary really fast. And I'm like,
just because he had a job with Google or whatever.
He just had cyber sex with the bot, y'all. Let's just be real. He fucking was like age, sex, location, and it escalated to the point that he fell in love with the bot. That's all it is. He's like, it's sentient, y'all.
This is the guy that said that the Google AI was sentient, right? This is that same guy. Yeah, with the weird looking dude.
And he's out there just like grifting on conference appearances and whatever he can get. Anybody like he somehow came back in the news by saying like that he predicted how weird it's going to get, which has not happened. Like, and it's not going to happen.
It's like so many people have predicted that, like throughout the. This is so lame, but I belong to a subreddit, a sub to it called the Singularity, right? I
love the Singularity.
Yeah. So that one I've been on it for years, like since I've been in college. And that place has been an absolute shit festival since the ChatGPT. It's like a total, like they've reached total messianic like like millennial Christian levels of like, it's coming, guys. It's here. We're either gonna die or we're gonna have a paradise on earth, and everything and all of our jobs are going away. I mean, just post after post after post of this kind of crazy shit. I don't know what to make of it. It's nuts.
I hate to be too negative, but like, what has materially changed with these AI that are out? Like, what?
Right? Yeah.
What difference?
I'm right there with you.
What difference has any of it made to anybody's life? It's like, it's just for like advertisements and stuff. Like, it's not going to destroy the earth. It can't draw hands. It's gonna be,
it's
like, I do think I do think you're correct that like people are just being extremely reactionary about it all. Like,
I mean, it's cool stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm fascinated by it. I'm happy that I'm alive to be able to talk to some of these chatbots and like mess around with them and see kind of what develops out of it. But like, I think people are just going nuts over. I mean, there's the predictions that people are making that this is going to take like 40% of jobs, 80% of jobs, all white collar jobs. And the only thing left is going to be like manual labor. It's just the fucking weirdest thing.
Fuck yeah. I love manual labor.
Yeah. Just give it to me. I'm fucking, man.
I'm just going to dig fucking holes and shit. I love to dig.
I could have gone to ITT Tech for masonry.
Get a reference in the show notes to the whole episode.
It's wild to like really think that, number one, that like lawyers and poets will disappear because of AI, but AI somehow can't figure out how to like build a skyscraper on its own. Like,
it can't even code right.
It's why can it do some of these things and not others of these things? Like, this is it's a doomsday cult. These AI like obsessives, and they're fucking crowding all of our DMs all the time with like, hey, I have this thing. And it's like, leave me the fuck alone, you little weirdo.
And this AI shit's gonna be the next grift for like stock pumps and shit. It already is. Yeah, it's just gonna be like the next thing where it's like, because it's like an AI arms race now, and that all that means is capital needs shit to flood money into. Yeah, you know.
Now I read a lot of AI articles, so of course on my Facebook and whatever ads turn into AI shit, and it's like, learn how to write your own instructional book from AI, and then it's like, learn how to draw, but it's like clearly this ad is like telling you to learn how to draw, and I'm like, that is a fucking AI generated image, you fucking asshole. Like, you're gonna teach me how to draw, but you prompted this image? Like, yeah, we're deep in the grift phase already, and this is just like not even started yet. Like,
yeah, I don't know. It's and also like when people freaking out about it writing and stuff like that. I've had these things prompt, like I prompted them to give me like synopses on like all different kinds of shit and like write me. It writes at like an 8th grade level. Look, it writes well at an 8th grade level, like maybe 9th grade, maybe high school, but I mean, it doesn't write in a creative fashion at all, unless it's like the most rudimentary, like formulaic stuff. And maybe it'll get better, but it certainly doesn't have any inkling of that right now that I can see.
But it passed the SAT and it had access to Google.
Yeah,
of course it did.
I had a student try to pass off a chat GPT essay.
Nice.
And
inevitable, right?
I knew he didn't write it. I knew it right away. I was like, you missed like the word war, so you said it happened in the civil and Lincoln was the president. It's like, you didn't, it doesn't even, I hope you didn't write this, bro, because this is wild, man.
Did you guys hear that I don't watch South Park, so I didn't know this until a few weeks, well, it's a few weeks after now, but that South Park did an episode literally on that theme of like Kyle and his girlfriend trying to pass off a GBT essay or something as homework, and then they like kind of closed the whole episode up like Deus Ex Machina style. Why did I say it like that? Sorry,
Machina.
You know what I'm trying. I'm going to my Mexican phase right now. I don't know what. Now I'm going to be canceled. But anyway, they just wrapped the whole episode up by having ChatGPT write like the conclusion of the episode, like literally the actual episode.
Oh, that's great.
Written. It was, it was
funny.
clearly ridiculous, but I do think it's funny that it's already reached that level that a very popular show could have that plot line, like.
Well, yeah. I mean, to be fair, that they, for all their missteps over the years or whatever, they have always been sort of on the cutting edge of like whatever is happening, they're doing.
Yeah, that's like their thing.
But that is kind of impressive that they managed to fold that in already.
I do like that. Like like a fairly big show like that was just like, let's just do it. We'll be like, just fucking let it right there.
I mean, yeah.
Let's see how it goes.
What do you have to lose after like
yeah. You're fucking South Park. Like, what the fuck are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a powerful feeling that will completely cement that episode in a moment in time. Just
well,
like
yes, as many of them are.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of their episode.
The Prius one.
The Prius one, yeah.
Oh my god.
The Michael Jackson one from the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Timeless stuff, really.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of both AI generated things and timeless stuff, there's been a great set of images going around the internet of Trump getting arrested, which have to be, I mean, they could have been photoshopped, but they seem AI generated, which I don't know how they did that either. I generate a lot of AI shit. It's really hard to get.
Those hands all those hands had the right number of fingers as far as I could tell.
It did. No, they were quite good. They were much better.
Except for the Mickey Mouse glove in one of them.
Yeah, there was just like a big black blob in the middle of it. Yeah, I showed it to my students today. They're like, "Did you see the pictures? Like Trump got arrested," and I showed it to them. I was like, "Let's zoom in on some of these pictures and sort of see what we got." I'm like, "You ever seen a cop? You ever seen 3 different cops wear 3 different badges?"
Yeah.
They're like Pokemon gym badges.
Yeah.
Like the department goes to different. They collected those. That's all.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I think at first glance, I like literally when I got one in a DM or something, a group chat, I was like, I stopped for a second. I was like, because they did a good job of like downgrading the images.
Yeah, they did. I was going to say
shitty enough that I was like, what is this? Is this like somebody's like, Nokia took this picture and they got like arrested afterwards because the Secret Service like took the person. But yeah, I mean, you take a minute or two and you're like, no, this is definitely fucking.
I saw the one that like got me a little bit was I knew they were going around, but there was one that somebody had like clearly touched up in Photoshop a little bit to like make the edges more fine and look more like a photograph, and then they added like some what do you call it? like depth blur. So it like blurred even more of the edges, but it still looked like a camera took it. And I was kind of like, okay, all right, there you go.
All right, well,
so let's get out
of the AI world for a second, and I just want to see, do any of y'all think Trump will actually get arrested? I mean, he said he was going to get arrested. I guess who is it? The Attorney General in New York is trying to. My
position has always been no. Unless they're going to for something else, because like it just feels like that just opens up like they can't can they even do that without like delegitimizing the like position and making like being like, okay, well, what about all the other presidents who did all fucked up shit that clearly they should be fucking on trial for, like
next they're gonna have to go after Obama for the
my
tan
God
suit for the one thing.
Yeah, the one thing.
I think as some people have pointed out, this is one that is a little more feasible what he is in trouble for, because no other president could be pulled in on paying off a porn star for hush money with campaign funds. It's such a specific
I feel like Kennedy could have done that.
Could have, yeah.
I feel like Kennedy could do it.
It's too late.
Yeah.
Right, and he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah,
they're all dead.
That's really why the CIA killed him.
Right, to just make it simpler. They don't have to prosecute him or arrest him.
He's fucking too many porn stars.
Shoot him in the head. Oh, that can we can edit that out, producer? Wait, that's me. I gotta edit that out. Fuck. We were on a roll. No edits so far. I just don't want to get arrested by the Secret Service for implying. Don't make it worse, Phil. Stop now. I'm not sure. I was trying to see if there's anywhere else to go with that. I'm not sure if there is.
I don't know. It's gonna be fucking awesome if they do arrest him, just because I want to see this whole circus, like just as like a dude who loves his slop, you know. I just want to see my entertaining slop. That's gonna be great.
I saw Roy Wood. I think he was doing, the Daily Show for a while, but he's been breaking out on his own a lot more lately, doing a stand up about you don't want Trump to go to prison because that's what he wants. Is that he was comparing him to being like a street level type person that like. If he goes to prison, he's only going to come out like stronger from it. Like,
like that's how it was, like the hyperbolic time chamber for Trump.
Yeah, super criminal Donald J. Trump.
He can't be changed. There are some people like in Midtown protesting. I work in Midtown, but they and they were like, I didn't see them do this, but I saw some video online that was going around with like people just like screaming and like batshit Trump supporters, just going nuts, like saying they were going to kill themselves if he gets arrested, or they're going to fight back, or like just nutso shit, So they're still out there, imagine some of these people what they're going to do if they do arrest him. Even if they arrest him and then they let him go, they're going to go fucking nuts.
That's the thing is, I think a lot of people, and by like people, like I mean like blue check,
Libs.
liberal types people. Edit that one out, Phil. Libs.
No edits.
Just say shit. No
just
edits
hand wringing and like worrying about like, well, what's going to happen if he goes away? It's like, I don't really think there is enough to be afraid of. Maybe there is. I don't know. I don't pay enough attention. All I really do is sort of listen to other people talk about Alex Jones. And that's where
January
I get a lot of my...
6th is a good reason to be like, if you send him to jail, maybe some people would overreact. I think that is a thing that happened as a result of his shit that I personally don't believe has enough influence anymore. I don't.
Yeah, he definitely seems to have waned significantly.
Yeah,
but he's got his diehards though.
I'm
still
sure he's got some hardcore supporters still. Some real.
Someone fact check me on this, but I was surprised to read that apparently Trump is in the lead for Republican like primaries right now for the presidential race.
100%.
Interesting.
Does he have the like full?
I would
he
rather he came back than fucking DeSantis, honestly. But
they're both miserable fucks.
Yeah,
DeSantis is such a limp dick. Like.
Yeah, he said he has no riz.
He has absolutely no riz, and
Rizless DeSantis.
He is not fun to experience, especially as
So in that regard, I agree, Willow. That like, okay, sure, yeah, I'd let Trump come back just for the entertainment factor if he didn't also destroy the planet at the same time.
Yeah, it would be rough either way.
I think that just from what I've been watching with the way that different right-wing guys right now are talking about Trump, it is very much they're giving the vibe that they just sort of want to wait and see, because I think they're all pretty much ready to dump him, and I think they would prefer DeSantis, even though he sucks. He sucks pretty. I mean, as a guy, he's more interesting and coherent than Joe Biden. So I think that kind of debate would look a lot better.
Easy to do.
Yeah, than those elder abuse debates that they did in 2020.
Come on, man. God, that was so fucking. That was the most insane shit to watch. Like. I that felt like I was dissociating in a way when I was watching. I was like, this is like this is like a history being made. What the fuck is this? Like a cartoon of a debate.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and well, even back to the debates between Biden and Sanders. What was that one moment? Bernie made some point about how the Medicaid has to be there for people who have people need to not get COVID or whatever. It was like some sort of, it was a coherent plan. And then And then Biden says, I'm just doing a this is what happened thing right now. It's great. It's super entertaining.
Listen up, Jack.
That's like saying Jack the Ripper. No. Sanders just goes, no.
Good strategy, Joe.
And I was like, this guy could never survive in a debate against Donald Trump because and then you're right. It was an absolute cartoon mess.
Well, it's crazy to see like videos of Biden like 20, 30 years ago and how he was extremely coherent. I mean, he was a little bumbling just naturally, but like when you compare it to now, it's like, I mean, the degradation is so apparent. It's like indisputable, you know?
Bro, I'm 38 and I shouldn't be on a podcast right now. Why is this 70-something-year-old man running the country? I mean,
pudding brain Biden, dude.
Sit down and listen. That doesn't help either because I don't have any love for Kamala Harris. Where is she? Like, what happened?
Oh my god, dude! I saw a video. Did you guys see this where she was like talking to like her alma mater? What the fuck school was it? It was the Bisons. I don't remember what they were playing. They were having they lost like their first game in March Madness, right? But they were like a very low seed. But it was cool that they even got there, right? And she gave them the most soft dick, terrible fucking, exactly Kamala Harris speech that just like meant nothing. It was just like platitude after platitude, right? And then it would like pan to the like guys who are just like sitting there like nodding because they know the cameras are looking at them. There's just like one guy staring at his shoes. It's like, God damn, dude.
I gotta give credit to Trump. Everybody gave him flack for all the burgers and shit. Like he bought McDonald's and all that, but like seriously, in that situation, I would much rather have the burgers from McDonald's than the Kamala Harris speech. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
shake my hand, give me a quarter pounder with cheese. Fuck off with all the rhetoric. I don't care. I'm hungry.
It's lizard brain versus pudding brain versus whatever.
Chipotle without hot sauce.
That's a very good metaphor, man.
That's exactly what it is. No toppings, just straight up.
Well, I changed my mind now when you put it that way. Go for it.
She's a delicious, nutritious treat. I didn't realize. Hot crowd, ladies and gentlemen. Hot crowd.
Well, I don't think Trump will get arrested. I'll just leave it at that. I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't think anybody has the balls to like do that. And if they do, it's going to be ugly and stupid. The fallout won't be good for anybody.
It's going to be fun, I think.
It just doesn't seem realistic.
It'd be fun for like a few hours, and then the days after it would just be like I really do think it would just build him up more. I think it would give him more clout.
I mean, it makes me worried for the dudes with the guns who like to walk through the city streets. That does make me worried.
Yeah, and go to like the
detention facility or whatever it may be.
Fuck, what are they called? The drag story time.
Like, yeah. That's
those people are going to go absolutely ape shit, man.
Well, speaking of going ape shit, I've seen this a lot on Facebook this week. I need to know. I mean, I need to poll the crowd. Is Pablo Pascal hot or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is a weird thing because there has been, I have seen like debate about this, and it just seems like yes. Why wouldn't he be hot? He's just like a hot guy. You look at a pic. Go look at like Google like Pablo Pascal 90s. He's just a quintessential hot guy. Like he's just like a hot guy. It's like embarrassing. And when he's just aged now, and he continues to be a hot guy. He's just a different kind of hot.
Oh, wow.
True.
Anyway, that's what I think about Pablo Pascal's hotness.
Definitely hotter. I mean, wow.
Well, yeah, but he was like, 20-something Pablo.
I support, like dad vibes, people lusting after daddy vibes. That's great. That's all I got going for me right now.
As I get older, I'm really happy that that's even a thing. So,
yes. Thank you.
I'll take it.
I don't know where was the pushback on this. Like, who doesn't?
It's bizarre. It seems like the opposite of like when Netflix like suddenly manages to like capture like Twitter with one of their shows or whatever. You know, like they sort of astroturf.
I see.
You know, hype for their shit really well, I think, but also very obviously it's strange. But like, it almost seems like the opposite of that. Like one day I woke up and like every fucking other post was like, you mean to tell me this guy is hot? He looks like shit. And it's like, where did this come from? Why are you making fun of the nice, tolerant, beautiful, warm man who is also very attractive? That everybody
classically
likes.
attractive.
What is this wave? Like, it's almost like this super post. It's not post ironic. It's like subsequent ironic. After you've accepted
post ironic.
Your post. It's not even post ironic because that implies something different. It's another level beyond that where you can't even accept that there's anything wholesome about people anymore. You're like, this is a problem that you're wholesome. Like what? Like the Brendan Fraser, Keanu Reeves, Pablo Pascal falls into this. Like, why are people mad at them? Because they're not problematic.
Also, like taking screenshots of him in like a role where he plays a post-apocalyptic man who hasn't showered in weeks. You know, they're making him look fucked up. That's part of the fucking. Like,
is that the question where he looks shitty in a show, and so they're like, this man is not attractive?
Yeah, I mean, it's all screenshots of Last of Us. So
there you go.
Why didn't they take screenshots of the Mandalorian where there's literally nothing of his entire body? It's just a fucking mask and armor. Like, what an ugly person. He's like made out of metal and shit. Why would you be attracted to him?
He's a nasty little freak. Fuck that guy.
The thing that shocks me about this is like, and this, I'm not at all surprised to hear that this was brought up on Facebook because the online joke, the Twitter joke is that like men are trying to look like The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, and girls are sitting there thinking, I want Danny DeVito and Larry David to spit roast me. And the just like women like real like straight women like really weird guys a lot of the time.
Yeah, like weird little guys.
God.
Yeah, I mean, like Ansel Elgort, like for example, is supposed to be like he looks so strange. The guy from Baby Driver and West Side Story.
Yeah,
such a strange face, but people love that guy, and you know it's so funny to me that like somebody would want to debate how hot like a guy is when there is no bar to clear, absolutely none.
Right.
Well, wait, but you nailed it though, because you pointed out that it was a debate on Facebook.com, which was literally hot or not.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
Hot or not.
Oh, yeah,
And
sure.
here we are.
So,
we're right back
full
where we
circle.
started from.
Yeah. It's however many post ironies you need to get back to square one is what.
We're literally like a hypercube level of fucking irony. It's like
dude, before I forget, and I totally forgot to put this on the show notes, but I was texting you guys in the group chat where a guy. So I like I said, I work in Midtown. I work on like around the 30th floor of a building in the middle of Midtown, and so in the morning I got in. A couple of other guys were there, and one of them screams like, "We got a jumper!" And so we all rush into the room, and there is a guy on the directly across from our office, who busted out the window and is sitting on the edge and looking down from around the 30th floor, 31st, somewhere around there.
Nice.
Oh, so I thought it was higher. Sorry,
I don't even know. Yeah, it's insanely high. I mean, I was getting sick looking at him because he was like sitting there precariously off the thing. It looked like some 9/11 shit. Mm-hmm. And so anyway, it turns out the guy, we watched him the whole day. He was there from like 8:45 to I think like 4:45ish is when they finally kicked his ass into the fucking, you know, they did like the rappel thing and pushed him into the window.
Sure.
But yeah, that was fucking crazy to watch, and I got to see it live. But the guy was we looked it up. New York Post was reporting on it naturally, and the guy was like a con man who pretended to be from a Jamaican, a very wealthy Jamaican investment family, and he had conned a couple people out of around $300,000, like various people collectively, by pretending to have to be opening up or investing in a restaurant somewhere in Manhattan that they needed money for, and they, gonna get returns and stuff like this. So this guy just used it to pay off his student loans, buy himself a new car, pay rent for an expensive apartment in Manhattan, and the FBI closed in on his apartment, and then he just broke the window and sat on the edge of it. Yeah, it was just fucking crazy to see. Yeah.
That is fucking wild. When did this happen?
It was wild. This happened yesterday.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Did you like wave at him or anything? Where you're just like,
I could, like, the thing is, like, the way the sun is, like, our building is just all glare to that side. So I don't think he was seeing us because we were trying to like get his attention, but it didn't seem to be responding, or he was just leaving us unseen. I don't know.
You were trying to get his attention.
Yeah. He was there for like 8 fucking hours, dude. I don't know. You go in there, you get a check. You're like, hey, buddy, you still there?
This reminds me of like my kids, where they're just like, hey, dad, hey, dad, hey, dad, hey, dad, hey, dad, and they finally get my attention. I'm like, what? And they're just like, hey. What the fuck was supposed to happen here? Like, what?
It was great. It was so weird. In the vibe shift in the office was like, at first it was like, holy shit, everyone was like around, like, and some people like left office were like, I can't watch this is so fucked up. Naturally I didn't do that, but I so I was like, holy shit.
I'm here for the morbid shit.
I was like fascinated. I was like right there, I'm a sick fuck. I don't know. But but it wasn't just me. There was a bunch of guys and we were kind of like, holy shit. We were kind of talking like, oh man, it really puts things in perspective. Like, oh, man, things are rough, but damn, look at that. Because we didn't know.
For the record, it doesn't put things into perspective, you guys, because you're not trying to break out of a window because you were scamming people.
Well, we didn't know. This was the vibe shift happened after we found out he was a con man, because then it became okay to be like, guys, he's gonna kill himself. You guys think he's gonna kill himself? It was weird. It was a weird vibe shift. It was like everyone was kind of like, oh man, is he still there? I hope he's okay. And then it became like, hey, he guy's a fucking con man. I mean,
yeah, fuck that guy.
I hope they get him in there. Maybe they're gonna maybe they'll kick his ass into the fucking window. We get to watch.
See it. Hope I get it on my TikTok.
Yeah. Anyway, it was fucked up. I'm not proud, but I wanted to tell you all about it.
Thank you.
Glad you could get that in there.
Thank you for your off the ground reporting on that.
Reporting, yeah. I live tweeted it too, actually.
Wow. Okay. Well,
and I just appreciate you not using my name the way the article did. It's been a really rough time for
me. Well, I was going to say, speaking of TikTok and not being proud, I got a double segue there, and by myself, no less. Nobody else can. But what's up with those channels that are just white ladies ruining food? This is not new, but
it's not new.
I think this would be a great subject to have a conversation about. Like, it's usually just like someone putting like, and I should preface this by saying there's varying degrees of irony to these videos. Like, some of them are truly 100% fake, but some of them like are not, which is bizarre. But it'll just be like an aluminum pan, a block of Velveeta, pasta all around it.
Uncooked pasta. They
just keep putting shit into it. Like, what is am I alone? Have y'all seen this?
Oh my god, yeah.
Are we talking about is this what they recently uncovered, that this was actually that one guy was behind all of these?
All of them?
Person?
There's no way. I didn't hear that. Seems impossible.
I don't have the information in front of me. But
I think it's like, it seems impossible, but this is like all just like one cul-de-sac of friends.
Somewhere in Florida, it's just like a bunch of people that are bored.
Yeah.
They made a bunch of money off of crypto, and they just do this.
Yeah.
I love.
I have always assumed it was some type of fetish content. That has always been my.
It looks like, I think it's like, I don't know. I think it's fetish content. I think it's just it's like reaction farming, where it's like solely like people on Twitter do that all the time. Like, well, what's your favorite this and that?
Which is
mine is something that's terrible.
That was the information that I have. The very little information I'm working with is that motherfucker Rick Lax is behind all of it. Like the guy who he used to do like the little magic videos where he'd be like, "What card am I holding?" and what I'm going to get it right. And if you react this way, I'll fucking know whatever.
Is that the guy with the bowl cut?
That's the guy with the dumb
what is happening
hair
right
and face. And he's
that's
looking,
everybody on
and he's
TikTok.
got like a V-neck tee on. I can't remember
dude.
what he looks like.
Just,
but he did sort of like at one point he started to do like I'm going to do a jump scare to my wife or whatever.
God, dude.
I'm going to dress up like this.
Those are also terrible. They're so
shit.
Fake, dude. Oh my God.
And then I believe he in a more behind the camera way, he was working on those videos where do you fucking remember the ones that would be like, I think this is like over. It was a very short period of time where it would be like a little kid, right? And he's got these like cards and he's dropping the cards and it says stuff and it's like his mom is reading it or whatever. And it turns out that like the cards say, "I know you've been cheating on dad and you're not my mother anymore," or whatever. It was like,
whoa.
I vaguely remember this.
I feel like it was a fucking fever dream. I feel like it was a COVID fever dream. That
all that shit happened so fast.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Once people caught on to the fact that those weren't real. I mean, they said they weren't real, but like people would react before they got to the end of the
that's
video.
the whole fucking that's the whole game.
And I think what he moved on to after that was just. I think somehow this guy is behind the majority of these videos where it's like white ladies ruining food and shit. I think it's all
he just invents the genres. Yeah,
no, it makes sense. You could easily just task people with saying, "Hey, take these worst ingredients and make the worst recipe possible on TikTok." I mean,
I would love that job though of the guy, like the husband or boyfriend or whatever that just video. He's like, "Oh wow, yeah."
This looks so
good.
delicious. And then you try it at the end where you like take the spoonful of like
great job, babe.
Uncooked pasta and Velveeta cheese and like
oh man, I could do that so easily.
Wow, this is so
I'd be
good.
so good at that.
You would be good at that, and that is why I have to forbid you from speaking with Rick Lax or any of his associates.
I'm gonna reach out to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's somehow we can tie like AI and crypto and the food videos all together for like the ultimate grift. Like I think
I think it's coming, and I think what it's gonna be right is I'm predicting that on June 6th, 2023, June 6th, 2 times 3 6. There is going to be an epic battle between Rick Lax and Mr. Beast for the top fucking demon of the goddamn fucking world.
Okay,
I think this is going to happen.
What is the problem with Mr. Beast? Like, can anybody? I don't know about this.
His whole grift is like charitable acts caught on camera. And it started with him like walking up to like homeless folks and saying like, "Oh, here's money. You mind that I'm doing this on camera?" "No, I love it." "Ha, he loves it." Like literally like that. And it's sort of gotten to this point where now he's like doing miracles by like paying for people's
he did the eye surgery for like 500 people. I don't even fucking remember, but it was a lot of people.
I think it was 10,000.
10,000 people.
That's a lot of people.
10,000?
Yeah.
God damn.
The thing is that like
can't hate him.
You can't hear me? Is that what you said?
No, I can't hate him then.
Oh.
Can you give me some reason to hate him, Whack? This is not working out right now.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, please go ahead.
He's
of course.
Well,
for you, I could do this.
I posted something about him and how off-putting he is. People mistook me for like a Tradcath guy, and they were like,
"Oh God,
misunderstood." I was kidding. I posted the a picture of Mr. Beast, and I said, "Your grandparents knew better than to let idols like this in their home." And
Trad
thought I was being like serious, but Yeah, I like all these people were telling me that he doesn't do charity if it's not on camera. He doesn't work with Make-A-Wish because some hospitals don't let you film. And like kids want to meet Mr. Beast, but like
it's fucking bleak.
Yeah. And anytime he's even slightly challenged, I've seen like interviews with him where somebody will be like, well, you know, you're doing these cool stunts where you give like a homeless guy like $100,000 or whatever. And he's like, yeah, I think of it as like helping people. He never says stunt. He never says like for content or anything. He's like, the people that me and my team are able to help, we feel so fortunate to be able to be there for them or whatever. It's like, he doesn't even talk about what he does like it's content. He talks about it like he is like Jesus Christ, and now he is healing the blind as well. So
yeah, he's literally fucking the Antichrist. We're here. We've arrived. He's not AI though.
I didn't think it would be Mr. Beast of all people, but wait, that makes sense. Mr. Beast?
Yeah. the mark
of the beast. There he is.
Mark of the Mr. Beast.
If you eat from Mr. Beast Burger, you're marked for death.
Yeah, the little they're not just normal parasites in the bacon double, whatever the fuck friend's name he calls the burger. They are nano demonic entities that will activate, at when the time's right.
Oh God, yes,
exactly.
Yeah, it's the weirdest sort of like parallel ethical altruism, fucked up sort of weird way of dealing with things. I do not like it. I'm going on record as not a fan.
Not a fan of Mr. Beast. Okay.
Well, I gotta ask about this because I don't use Twitter much, but I'm seeing this before we wrap up. I'm sorry to interject, but I just wanted to get some insight because I don't use Twitter. But this says Twitter is talking about gentrified Chex Mix. Is this really a thing? I clicked the link and it said somebody gentrified saltines.
Okay,
saltines,
yes.
The saltines is what they've been talking about today.
Right.
It's everywhere.
Yeah, somebody used one of the Bon Appetit chefs at the test kitchen for their like TikTok account used saltines as like an ingredient or something. I don't know, because I quote tweet dunked on the guy and he blocked me, so I can't see the tweet anymore. But it's like he said that they gentrified saltines, and then he goes on this whole long rant about like how the ingredients of the working class are being taken away from them.
And fucking kill me, dude.
God.
Oh, y'all already know how this ends. In order to stop these gentrified dishes, you should buy his hot sauce.
Yes. There you go. There it is.
We all knew it was coming. We all knew where that was going. So, he blocked me. He's a professional chef, and he's mad that somebody used an ingredient to make food.
Saltines are just universally beloved, aren't they? I mean, I grew up eating those. Like, I thought everybody ate those.
I mean, fair enough. I watched this TikTok while you're explaining it, and it looks fire.
It looks fucking good.
Just last week, I watched a Top Chef episode where one of the chefs from Kentucky did deep fried Ritz crackers, and we hate on the show because how heavily they lean into their sponsors. You're just like rolling your eyes the whole time because they're like Ritz crackers, like do a scene without saying the word Ritz. But that shit look fire too, and like I don't get it. Like, what's the problem?
If you were actually raising the price, I mean, the thing is, there's definitely truth in this somewhere. I mean, deep deep in it, there is truth in saying like, well, people have taken fucking what's one like oxtail, those sorts of things, like and gotten really interested in it. People, but the problem is like professional chefs specifically, I think, suddenly, making these things blow up. So I don't know where this person gets off.
I mean, food has definitely been gentrified a lot, like hot chicken or
and
it comes in waves. But you say like, if you are gentrifying, a food that is affordable, it will become less affordable. Possibly, it depends what it is. Fucking Ritz crackers aren't going to get more expensive, right?
Yeah, saltines. I mean, come on.
Can't afford saltines anymore.
You can't gentrify ramen. You can't. Everybody gentrifies Raymond, but sorry, just had to get that out. But
nice.
You can't gentrify a saltine cracker because it's not going to become unavailable. It's not going to catastrophically, like the price is not going to blow up because some lady's putting it in a bag with a bunch of olive oil.
Rent's going up when you see white people eating saltines on the block. It's just
it's like, it's not everything that white people do is gentrification. In fact, only one thing that white people do is gentrification.
It's a very specific thing.
That's why we call it the.
Thank you.
It's so silly. I mean, I teach U.S. history and African American history in high school, and like we talk about gentrification a lot in North Philly because the kids see it all the time, and we talk about it. I mean, I taught them to think about it like as like internal colonialism, where the value is being extracted from a land, but it's not going to the people that live there. And all this stuff. And that none of it, and at no point did the recipe for a pie crust come up in this discussion.
Thank you. I don't think we could sum it up any better than that. I think that's a great point to wrap it up. This has been episode 65. Wow. I guess I already said that. Why am I surprised? I knew that. Episode 65 of the Succ. I want to say a special thank you to WhackNicholson for being here with us. Make sure to check out the podcast.
Western Kabuki.
Thank
Western
you.
Kabuki, that's right.
Anything you'd like to tell the listeners before we wrap it up?
Yeah, actually. Next week, so the first week of April, you should definitely check out me, Juniper, Caleb, and Alex, or the Western Kabuki Twitter account, because Juniper and Caleb are flying in from Chicago and Seattle.
Hell
sick.
Hosting them at my home. So We're going to try to do like a bunch of content and streaming and maybe make YouTube videos. And we're going to like really try to make as much stuff as possible. Alex lives in Jersey, so he's not too far from me either. Yeah, definitely watch our Twitter for that. That's Western Kabuki, Kabuki, I think is how we spell it. There's like 10 different ways to spell it, which is awesome. It's really good to name a product that you're trying to sell. Something
very difficult to spell and has various spellings. Yeah,
no, we relate. You can't search for the Succ. It just rings up like
hard.
Success podcasts and stuff like that.
Succession
podcasts, shit.
Like
no.
Yeah, it's terrible. But they can find that it's at Western Kabuki, right?
Yes.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, tune in there.
Or you can just follow me at WhackNicholson. It's in my description as well.
Much easier. Yeah, Whack with an H.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's silent.
Sorry, did I call you Whack Nicholas? I
don't know.
I'm very
it's
tired.
Not my real name, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's the hard part. I hate all these pseudonyms everyone has. I'm like, sorry, I mispronounced your name. Pony Ronicus the Rock 69. Fuck.
Anyway, the Rock 69 will be our guest next.
I have a very good reason for using a fake name and not showing my face on Twitter. Absolutely, because I have students. And
yes,
totally understand. I'm not making light of it, but I just that's just the world we live in, where everybody's. We just got these personas. I can't keep up with my real friends' fucking names. I'm sorry. I'm an asshole, I guess. I don't know. But thank you for real. Thanks for being on the show. It's been
I'm glad I could.
Yeah, thanks so much.
All right, everybody. Well, thanks for tuning in for another episode of The Succ. Join our group, The Succ Shame Posting. If you're enjoying the show, you can get bonus episodes on Anchor. Spotify for podcasters now. That's going to take me a while to fix that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even say my own show's name right anymore. Anyway, thanks everybody for listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.